by Katie to sky high for that one. Wasn't a lot of traffic, at least enough traffic to keep her from getting to that ball cleanly. Liston drop kicks it to midfield. As Roddy tried to fight her way to the ball. Wilmer did a nice job of shielding her away from it. Wilmer gets a return feed from Bartoshuk, and Tartans will set it up here with Jelinek. Plays it short near side. Pendergast. Wilmer has a bit of space to work with. Tapped away nicely by WASHU. Good job there of heading upfield. Yeah, and that was Cunningham that was doing some work in the defensive side of things. She's a forward, but came back to help out. Ayacharola, Sipple trying to be a pest. Ayacharola sends it back in for Bartoshuk, and that's beyond her reach, and Nicolay allows Lizzie Chris to scoop that one up. Coming up on 14 minutes left in the first half, WASHU and Carnegie Mellon scoreless. Jay Murray and Mackenzie Godin with you from historic Francis Field on the campus of Washington University, a chilly evening. Both teams with very good records. WASHU at 13-2 and number 6 in the country, and Carnegie Mellon 13-0-1, ranked number 3. The better of chances have been with Carnegie Mellon in the first half so far to this point. There was 2 opportunities a minute or so apart that we'll talk about in a moment as Lizzie Chris ball a collision from behind there as Liston tried to climb the ladder and ran into her own defender. Rankin, meanwhile, trying to get to it for WASHU. Good work there by Kiros. Ball sent upfield where Bartoshuk trying to get an opportunity to get a breakaway, but good job by Ezrati to prevent that from happening. Rankin trying to work hard and get the ball, deflects off her out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Tartans in their own territory. Megan Wolf will check in for WASHU along with Jessica Kovac. Carnegie Mellon will send in Delaney Lamb from Thousand Oaks, California, 5'7" junior. Exiting for Carnegie Mellon is Morgan Contour. Jessica Kovac for WASHU from Arlington Heights, Illinois, a freshman. And Megan Wolf resides in Racine, Wisconsin, a 5'8" sophomore. But again, Carnegie Mellon had 2 chances that were within about a minute or 2 of each other. And WASHU may have a chance here. Lilligraven trying to get it to Kovac, and Liston does a nice job of getting out beyond the 6 and gathering that one up before Kovac could get to it. So at 11:54 and 12:25 was the sequence. That's about a 30-second span between those 2 great chances that Carnegie had in the first half as Carnegie brings another substitution. Nicole Weingardner from Fleetwood, Pennsylvania, 5'8" sophomore. Weingardner checks in, and exiting will be Louisa Pendergast. Lizzie Christ wants to get that ball inside the box where she could scoop it up, and she does. She had some time to do that before Wilmer got to it. Lizzie's been doing a great job making some great snap decisions. And that's one reason why she's only given up 3 goals in her last 9 matches. It's a goals against average of 0.33 in that stretch. But the 2 chances, one, Haley Adams missed a shot. She was about 5 or 10 yards in front of the goal. On a cross to her, the ball must have been spinning wildly, or at least in a direction that Adams wasn't expecting. The ball just spun off Adams' foot. She couldn't get a good shot on frame there as Chris was trying to intercept the cross and couldn't get to it. And then 30 seconds later, Allie Schiffman had to have a team save as this one sent in by Smith, headed backward. Oh, and Lizzie Chris has leaped to knock that one out of bounds. So I believe that was a header by Ezrati that got away from her, and Lizzie Christ, as a result, had to leap to knock that one out of bounds on the end line. It'll be a corner kick for Carnegie Mellon. But on a header, in that sequence of 2 chances for Carnegie Mellon, Schiffman had to make a save in that situation. On the corner for Carnegie, this one is headed out nicely by Cunningham. Now a shot that is wide off the deflection. So it'll be a goal kick now for Lizzie Christ and WASHU. 10.5 minutes left in the first half. No score. And some of the other keys for WASHU, we had started to talk about some of the keys that they were hoping to achieve here in the match. Bartoshuk, and now Ezrati feeds it in. So WASHU's goalkeepers, and we'll talk about that in a minute, as Simple got a chance to head it to Rankin. Rankin tapping it, trying to find Another person continuing the sequence. Cunningham on the left side gets it back, launches a shot deflected, and then Cunningham tried to feed it back over to Lilligraven, and the ball spun off the top of her foot. Rosenberg trying to keep it in. Does so as Rankin tried to feed it, and Cunningham tried to dummy it over to Kovac. Kovac with a left-footed shot. It's wide of the net and rolls out beyond the end line. I thought Jessica, if she could have turned and got her torso square just a little bit better, might have had a better chance to score there, but not bad. 6 shots for each team. Okay, so we're even at shots, and we're even on the scoreboard. No score. With under 10 minutes to play, we're at 9:25 and counting in the first half. So goalkeepers for WashU have to watch the long ball because Carnegie's long goal came from 30 yards out and Brandeis from 25 yards out earlier this season. And the long ball by Wartburg also found the back of the net. So at times, WashU's had some long shots from the perimeter and outside the penalty box that have found the way in the back of the net. So the keepers have to be mindful of that. And also be careful about committing fouls, especially none in the box. Carnegie is 2 for 2 in penalty kicks this season. And WashU averages 12.6 fouls per game. Some of the keys for the Bears. We'll go over the Carnegie Mellon things that they want to achieve with their bullet points, as Roddy does a nice job of winning that ball, sending it upfield, and Quiros tried to keep it in, and Rosenberg wants none of that and punched that ball out to midfield on a high deflection. Sipple trying to get it over to Christ, and now Cunningham. Oh, nice feed there, left side, and Sipple in a collision there that sent Anna to the field, and she is shaken up, but she's on her feet. Play continues. Play getting a little bit rougher now. Not by much, but it's both teams are scuffling. They're not allowing no quarter asked, no quarter given, as both teams are going shoulder to shoulder, foot to foot, nudging each other there. As you see there, Wilmer trying to get away from Nicolay. So we'll see if the contact escalates a little bit further from here, but both teams obviously with a lot at stake here in this first game of the 2-game moving weekend here in the UAA. There's going to be some passionate scuffles for the ball. Kovac bumped from behind, for example, there by Jelinek. Oh, a great ball there. All alone is Sipple trying to get past Liston. Liston comes off nicely and kicks the ball out of bounds to force a WashU throw in. Oh, great ball for Sipple, but Liston saw it coming, and Katie did a great job swooping in to kick that out of bounds. So that was a wonderful opportunity there. But Sipple couldn't settle in a really attack before Liston came in to take care of business. So that's why Liston's among the top keepers, not only in the UAA, but you have to say she's one of the better keepers in the country with a 0.14 goals against average. 6 shutouts this season and a save percentage of 94%. Tough to do business for opponents when you have a keeper like that dominating play. Nicolay chips it. Rankin trying to get to it, can't quite get there. Kept in by Lilligraven. High bounce, Kovac trying to time it right. And now an elbow is swung, and I don't know if they're going to call the first player that made contact. Kovac may have gotten a foul there, but there was an elbow swung in frustration there a little bit by Jelinek. So again, and this is the matter we're starting to see where players are going to do more than just nudging each other. They're going to be scratching and clawing for every possession here. That one's volleyed ahead. Sipple tried to head it backward and almost had the ball crawl on her back and over the back, but Rankin couldn't get to it. Delaney Lamb will send it over to Bartoshuk, and as Roddy with good hustle there, making sure that Bartoshuk can't get to it, it'll be a throw-in, and WashU will send another substitution in. So Kelly Von Zupp from Temecula, California, 5'6" sophomore, will enter the game. Von Zupp, a reserve back, and Rosenberg will check out. 5:34 and counting in the first half. No score between WashU and Carnegie Mellon. Not many opportunities, and as Chris Mitchell told me before the match began in last year's contest, the first half unfolded without a shot taken by either team. That's how closely contested the game was, to where last year, I guess it almost kind of has a vision of hand-to-hand combat there. Good job there of sweeping that back to Liston, the keeper there. Jelinek did a good job there of keeping that counterattack from having a fruitful end. And this ball deflected by Nicklay from Weingartner out of bounds. It'll be a Carnegie throw-in. So Carnegie will send in Kaylee Brooke.
Substitution for the Tartans, number 12, Alex Moy.
And also for Carnegie Mellon, Alex Moy. Alex Moy from Southborough, Massachusetts, a 5'1" sophomore. And Brooke is from Glenville, Illinois, a 5'6" freshman. So both coaches sending a lot of subs in here in the first half. So it'll be a WASHU throw-in in front of the Carnegie bench. Sipple tried to get to it. Cunningham chips it in, and let's see if Rankin can get to it. Nope, not quite there. As clearing the ball out of bounds to stop that WASHU possibility was Alex Moy with a nice play. Wolf to Sipple. Anna with a nice move to her left, finding Wolf again. Can she thread another pass or two? Kovac bump, trying to deliver to Sipple. Now Cunningham with a cross. Rankin had a chance to get ahead on it, couldn't. Follow-up shot, and that one's going to spin wide, and that shot was taken by Kat Kurska, who is seeing action from Dexter, Michigan, 5'9" sophomore. So Kurska with a shot there that spins out of bounds. So Kurska with a shot there that was wide. And now Lizzie Chris coming out to make sure that Carnegie Mellon player couldn't get to it. No, they're going to say Chris, after when she kicked that, fouled Kaylee Brooke. No, or is it out here at half? Okay, it's going to be out more toward midfield. I was going to say I was going to have a little quibble about that if that was the case, as clearly Chris was able to kick the ball and send it away before making contact, but it'll be Samantha Smith with the free kick. Good job by Israti to head that one down. And now Ayacharola trying to get some space to work with. Can't. Kovac. Sipple thought Kovac or somebody was going to be there on the wing and wasn't, but Nicklay does a nice job of cleaning it up toward midfield to force the Tartans to regroup. Rankin trying to get to it. Ball sent in and just out of the reach of the Tartans as Nicklay and now Wolf will play it out. 2:20 to play in the first half, and the clock moving. No score between Carnegie Mellon and Washington University. Jay Murray and Mackenzie Godin with you. Chris Mitchell as well with us. As a ball out of bounds at the WashU bench. And a substitution as WashU try to throw it in. Jessica Ritteroff comes in from Woodridge, Illinois, a 5'7" freshman. Now, she's been a player that has had a lot of poise. Despite being a freshman, she has been in the mix of a lot of opportunities when she's come into games. Let's see if she gets a chance to do some damage here early and in her appearance. Just behind her there and cleared away by Samantha Smith. Kurska keeps it in. Kovac, now Lilligraven. And Kurska and Bartoshek try to get to it. Try to climb the ladder. Now here's a chance now for Kuros. And a great job there by Nicklay with a great tackle there. As Delaney Lamb was trying to take it upfield and some hard tackle, but it was clean. Now Sipple goes to her left, now back to her right, and trying to get a cross off, does, and it's knocked out of bounds for a corner as Kuros had to come back to make sure that ball didn't find the near post. Sipple will take the corner. 1:07 to play in the first half. Could WashU score just before halftime? Coming up now and 1 minute to play in the first half. Jim Cullen trying to get his players set where he wants them. Ritteroff right in the middle of the frame as the corner launched by Sipple. Liston punches out with both hands as Ronnie heads it, and it's headed away by a Carnegie player, and then at the last moment the ball chipped over the crossbar and out of play as Lilligraven had a final chance there to punch it in and couldn't. She was in traffic there, so it would have been a tough chance, but another corner kick for WashU now with 34 seconds left and the clock moving. So a team save there as Liston had to punch it out with both hands.